How the land becomes sacred is our new topic that we are going to cover. So here we are going to cover the chapter in question answer form. So this will easy for you also, as you will go through the important question answer of the chapter also. So let us begin. So first is, what is meant by the term sacred land? And the answer is, sacred land refers to a piece of land that is considered holy or divine due to its association with religious belief, deities, saints, or important events in history. People often visit such lands for pilgrimage or worship. So this is the term sacred land, means that is a piece of land that is considered holy or divine due to its religious belief, right? So this is the first one. Next, how does land become sacred? So land becomes sacred through association with a religious figure or saint. If it is associated with some religious figure or some saint, then that land has become sacred. Historical events like the life or deeds of the saints, kings, or spiritual leaders, construction of temples, dargah, or other religious sites, and if myth, legends, and local tradition is associated with that piece of land, then that land become sacred, right? That became a holy land. Next, what were sacred sites of Buddhism? So in Buddhism, those often places that were visited by the Buddha or where his relics are kept are recognized as sacred sites. That is Lumbini in Nepal, birthplace of Buddha, that is also a sacred site of Buddhism. Bodh Gaya, that is in Bihar, India. Buddha attained enlightenment under the Bodh tree, and that is also a sacred site. Sarnath near Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. Buddha gave his first sermon to his 5 disciples here, so that's why this place is also a sacred site for Buddhism. Kushinagar, that is in Uttar Pradesh, India. Buddha passed away here and attained Mahaparinirvana, that is final liberation. And Vaisali, that is also in Bihar. Second Buddhist council was held here and Buddha gave his last sermon here. So these were the sacred sites of Buddhism. Next, what is Takht in Sikhism and what is its importance? A Takht is a seat of authority, that is throne, established by the Sikh gurus. It represents both spiritual guidance and temporal political leadership in Sikhism. Takht are responsible for preserving and interpreting Sikh principles and traditions, right? So that's why Takht is a seat of authority or throne established by Sikh Guru, and these are spiritual guidance and just give temporary political leadership in Sikhism. Now, few Takhts are very much important. They are Takht Sri Patna Sahib, that is in Patna, Bihar. Akal Takht Sahib, Golden Temple, Amritsar. Takht Sri Keshgarh Sahib, that is in Anandpur, Punjab. So Sikh aspire to take pilgrimage to these places at least once in their lifetime, as they are associated with important Sikh gurus and therefore have special significance. Okay, so this is the Takht in Sikhism and this is the importance, right? Next, what is a pilgrimage and why do people go on pilgrimage? So, a pilgrimage is a journey to a sacred place for religious reason. People go on pilgrimage to show devotion to God, seek blessing and forgiveness, experience spiritual growth, and fulfill religious duties or vows. That's why pilgrimage, that is people go on pilgrimage, right? So it is a journey to a sacred place for religious reason, and people may go to show their devotion to God or experience spiritual growth also, right? So this is. Next, how did rulers make land sacred in medieval times? Rulers made land sacred by building temples and mosques, endowing lands to religious institutions, associating themselves with God or saint, patronizing religious activities and festivals. So the rulers in medieval time, in this way, they just convert the piece of land into a sacred land by just building them temples or mosques or just patronizing religious activities and festivals, right? So this is the rulers make land sacred in medieval times. Next, How did the Bhakti and Sufi movement influence the idea of sacred land? The Bhakti and the Sufi movement emphasized devotions and love for God, rejected ritualisms and caste. They reject rituals, right? And caste system also. They promote the idea that God is everywhere and created sacred spaces like math, dargahs, ashram that became pilgrimage spot. So in this way, the Bhakti and the Sufi movement influenced the idea of sacred land. Now, how nature is seen as sacred? Trees, rivers, animals and mountains are often worshipped as a part of nature worship. Indigenous tribes often believe that spirits live in nature like forests, rivers and animals. So some tribal community also believe that spirits live in nature, isn't it? So seeing nature as sacred teaches people to protect it, and this leads to the conservation of forests, rivers and wildlife. So in this way, nature is seen as a sacred place or a piece of land. Next, what is sacred geography? So sacred geography means places on earth that are considered holy or special by people because of their religious, cultural or spiritual beliefs. Many places become sacred because they are linked to God, saints or religious events. Sacred geography includes not just holy places but also the path people take to reach them. For example, Chardham Yatra, that is Badrinath, Kedarnath, Gangotri and Yamunotri. Rivers, mountains, forests and even stone can be sacred. Example, Ganga River, Mount Kailash, Amarnath Cave. Sometimes one place is sacred for multiple religions. Example, Jerusalem is sacred for Jews also, Christian and Muslim also, right? So this is the meaning of sacred geography. That is where a place on earth that are considered holy or special by the people because of their religious, cultural or spiritual belief. Now why is it important to study sacred geography? Since we know sacred geography is also there, that is a place on earth. Now what is the importance to study? Now it helps us to respect different cultures and religion. Okay, so if we are studying, then we just get to know about them and we just begin to respect different cultures and religion. It teaches us to protect natural places as they are not just physical location but spiritually important also. It shows how people and nature are connected through belief and tradition. That is the most important part, isn't it? So people and nature are connected through belief and tradition, and we just came to know through the study of sacred geography. Next, why mountains and forests are often seen as sacred places? Mountain and forest are far from cities and full of natural beauty and silence. People believe that such peaceful places are good for meditation, prayer and connecting with the divine. People believe that gods, goddesses and spirits live in nature, especially in forests and mountains. Mount Kailash is believed to be the home of Lord Shiva. Many ancient stories, called myth or legend, are connected to forest and mountain. The Ramayana and the Mahabharata have many events that happen in forest. Over time, people built temples on mountains or in forests to worship God believed to live there. So in this way, mountain and forest are often seen as a sacred place, right? Next, what does from pilgrimage to trade mean? That is the last topic in the chapter. So pilgrimage did not help spread religion but also help in growing the trade, building roads and developing towns. This is how a spiritual journey helped economic development. People who travel for worship also bought and sold goods which helped local markets to grow. Markets grew around sacred places and roads that pilgrimage used became safe and busy routes for traders too, right? So this is the pilgrimage to trade where means you are going to do worship also and side by side trade is also going on. It means a spiritual journey that help in economic development. So this much. I have covered each and every topic from the chapter in the question answer form, and this is the chapter how the land become sacred. Okay, so this much for this video. Let us meet with the next topic in the next video.